What's going on, ISL fans? Burke here, bringing you the Week 6 match between the Seattle Serperiors and the Bayleef Munich. Unfortunately, Ty was unable to get the interviews done, so I'm filling in for him, and I can also not get the interviews done. So we're going to be doing something a little bit different this week. It's actually just going to be me commentating the battle live. I've never seen this battle, and so it's basically going to be me watching it for the first time, commentating what I think happened, any misplays, any good plays. It's going to be very interesting. It's a first time I'm doing this, so if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, also let me know. But let's get into the battle. So the Seattle Serperiors are bringing the Landorus, Therian, Jolteon, Uxie, or Uxie, I don't know, Escavalier, Kyurem Black, and Nidoqueen, while the Bayleef Munich is bringing the Scizor, Melodic, Keldeo, Diggersby, Mega Gardevoir, and Diancie. And this could have been the battle between Mega Diancie and regular Diancie, but unfortunately Braden didn't bring that. And looking at the team matchups, Braden can really run shop with that Jolteon if he gets the Diggersby out of the way. Tom has the Melodic and the Keldeo both weak. Scizor doesn't really want to take a hit, and I guess Diancie and Mega Gardevoir can definitely take hits, but it looks to me as though I think Braden has a little bit of a superior matchup just because the Nidoqueen really does damage to the Diancie. Mega Gardevoir can do a lot of damage to the Keldeo, Melodic, and the Scizor, and the Diggersby. So that pretty much, that can really do a lot of damage if Tom doesn't stop that. As well as the Kyurem Black just can put in so much work, although it is a little bit hindered because he has two fairies and that Scizor Volt Punch will do a lot of damage. However, the Diggersby Choice Scarf can also put in a lot of work, and it's going to be, at least in my opinion, it looks like a very good match. So let's start watching this battle. So the Seattle Serperiors start with the Uxie, pretty standard Pokemon to start with because they can set up stuff. But he switches straight out into the Landorus, fearing the Diggersby. Diggersby goes for U-turn, good play, getting the momentum, bringing out the Melodic. Landorus I don't think can do much to this Melodic, especially if it's physically defensive. He just brings straight back out the Uxie. He gets the crit, doesn't really matter, it didn't do much damage. This looks like it might be a specially defensive Uxie, as the Scald still does not do much damage, but he does get the burn. So that is going to start putting it on a timer. The leftover is not going to be able to keep it healthy for very long. He brings out the Diancie, which is a very interesting play, as he goes for the U-turn, getting some momentum on his side. And the Seattle Serperiors bring out the Kyurem Black, or the Kyurem Racist, as Braden likes to say. Fearing probably like the Earth Power, he's going to switch out to the Melodic, which is a good, or the Iron Head. I forgot Kyurem gets Iron Head. That was a good switch on Tom, as he's going to force out the Kyurem, maybe his Choice Scarf, because Kyurems can have Fusion Bolt, and he makes the double switch into the Nidoqueen, predicting the Diancie to come out. Now that was really good, because now he's going to force out the Diancie, and Tom playing these switch games, it's not good for him because he's got the rocks on his side of the field, so he's going to be continually taking damage. But he brings in the Keldeo, it is able to take the Earth Power, and he's going to go for the substitute. That's going to be a problem, because if this Uxie can't break the sub, this Keldeo is just going to Calm Mind all over it, and he goes for the Psychic. It does break the sub, so I'm not sure how much damage that would do, considering it's a +1, but he saw that the sub broke. I'm not really sure why he went for the substitute again. I guess maybe wanting to switch out the Uxie, but it's burned. It doesn't really do too much. He Toxics the Keldeo, and that is just going to completely stop any sort of way of it setting up subs. Granted, it doesn't really have any form of recovery. It was already low HP, but now it can't get those leftovers recoveries back up. So he's going to bring in the Jolteon, he's going to sack off the Keldeo. It wasn't going to be able to do much to his rocks up, and he'll be able to gain the momentum now that Braden went for Volt Switch. So he's bringing in this, bringing in the Melodic, probably physically defensive, and probably a Choice Scarf Landorus. That's just a normal set, Landorus like to do. They like to be Choice Scarf, get that speed, get the initiative, go for those Choice Scarf Earthquakes. As he brings in the Diancie, this thing's probably going to be especially defensive. That's some good damage, and seeing the fact that there's no Life Orb, that's probably going to be a Choice Specs Jolteon. Tom setting up the Stealth Rocks finally, those late game Stealth Rocks. He goes for the Diamond Storm, probably just sacking off the Diancie at this point. Not going to be doing too much against the team. As he brings out the Scizor, I don't really know what he can do against the Escavalier. Maybe he has HP, Technician HP Fire, but he just goes for the U-turn, right back out into the Melodic. Braden's definitely going to have a hard time with this Melodic, especially if that Jolteon goes down. Melodic is such a problem. He goes for the U-turn and is going to continue to bring out this Jolteon, which is not really going to work out for Braden, as the Jolteon does get burned. It is very low on HP, and if this Melodic carries something like Protect, it can easily just stall it out, or he's just going to go straight out into his Diggersby as he goes for HP something. I honestly don't know what that HP was. It was neutral, so maybe it was, I don't know. Braden makes a big misplay going for the Fusion Bolt, expecting him to switch out. As Tom stays in on that Fusion Bolt, lucky for him. And that's going to put a lot of pressure on Braden's team, because now that Kyurem, I don't think, has enough HP to come back in on rocks. So because of that, unless Braden doesn't have any way to get rid of rocks, so that Kyurem is essentially dead. And this is looking very good for Tom, as he misses the Mega Horn, although I don't know how much that would damage that would do to a Scizor, as it does quite a bit. That would have been a 2-ko, so that is unfortunate for Braden, but it happens. As now he has his last stand, his Nidoqueen, and he switches in the Mega Gardevoir on the Earth Power. Didn't want to go for the Sludge Wave because obviously he couldn't really predict the switch into Mega Gardevoir from the Scizor, so he couldn't go for the Sludge Wave. And that is a really strong 4-0 victory for Tom and the Bayleef Munich, their first victory this season. So now they are 1-5. Braden, I believe, is I want to say 3-3. However, I am not entirely certain. But yeah, that Kyurem didn't have enough HP to come in on the rocks. It only had 16%, and it died to rocks right at the end. So Braden made the huge misplay right when he goes for Fusion Bolt on that Diggersby, expecting the switch. It was an over-prediction, and that was definitely a turning point in which Tom can take full momentum, because at that point he does a lot of damage to the Kyurem, so it can't come in again. And the Kyurem looked to be choiced. Whether it was Choice Scarf or Bandit, I'm not sure. I think it outsped the Diggersby, so it must have been Choice Scarf, unless that Diggersby was, if that Diggersby was also Choice Scarf, which it may have been also. So that allowed him to essentially take out the Kyurem and then do huge damage to the Landorus, so it can't, with the rocks up, it's going to be limited on switch-ins now. And Tom just took the momentum in his favor and just carried it through to a really strong 4-0 victory. So congratulations, Tom. I knew you were eventually going to get your first win, and it happened in the 6th week. So that was a really good battle. Very interesting that I never watched the battle before, so that was very interesting. If you guys like this kind of commentary, please let me know. If you don't like this kind of commentary, I won't do it. But that's all I got for today. My name is Berg. I'll see y'all later.